Take a little trip, take a little trip, take a little trip with me. Hi, my name is Nate Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of GLCS, and this is Driving Forward Podcast Tuesday Trip. It is Tuesday, April 16th, and we are just a little less than a week away from Broker Carrier Summit. So I'm going to dedicate this Tuesday trip to talking about what's upcoming at the Broker Carrier Summit. This summit's a little different than most conferences. It's established a little different. It was founded by a group of people that have become friends of mine, and I'm passionate about it. I've talked about it many times, and today I wanted to run through what the itinerary looks like at the conference. I'm actually going to pull that up and walk through that a little bit. It's not too late to sign up. So to sign up, please go to brokercarriersummit.com. Once again, I think that date is wrong. They have it for Thursday, April 22nd through 24th, but it's actually Monday, April 22nd, just looking at it. But it's this coming Monday, the 22nd through the 24th, so through Wednesday, at the Sheraton in Overland Park, Kansas. And use the discount code GLCS. I'm surprised I didn't notice that said Thursday, April 22nd. And I've been showing this for a couple of months now. So shame on me for not noticing that until now. It has one more use left of it this week, and then I'll be putting it down for some time. But once again, the GLCS is the discount code for 10% off. And I think there's a special out right now as well, too. If you can't make it for the whole event, you can purchase a day pass for the summit as well. So if you're a carrier, if you're a broker, and you want to come spend some time developing relationships, learning more about the industry, if you know, one of the things that resonated from me from the last Broker Carrier Summit was just simply how many people came out of that event having created business relationships that didn't have that relationship coming into the event. You know, when the summit started, it was kind of brokers on one side, carriers on the other side, a few people in the middle that were mixing it up. And towards the end of the event, everybody was kind of intermingled, and there was a lot of things that came out of it. So a lot of great feedback from the event in Tampa in October, and you don't want to miss out on this one. So with that being said, I'm going to review the itinerary from this particular Broker Carrier Summit. So this starts April 22nd, that's next Monday. Once again, it starts Monday morning with the Post and Pray Classic. And that's a golf tournament largely championed by Trey Griggs himself. I think there's a few of us that are calling it the Post and PREY Classic because we're going to be largely preyed upon by Trey Griggs, but we're going out there to support the cause, and we're going to swing some clubs and have a good time. So check-in begins noon. We'll be back from the golf event sometime around 3:30. Welcome and announcements. Mike Riccio opens the event at 6:45. Now, Mike is the former, I believe, CMO for Leonard's Express. And he now owns a company called More Than Miles Consulting and helps 3PLs develop strategy and tactics to achieve their business goals. Looking forward to hearing Mike talk on Monday evening. Following that, we'll be hearing from Dan Mears. Dan is the mascot for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And that should be an interesting one. He's also an author and generally just a motivational speaker as well. So very interested in hearing Dan speak. Following Dan's speech, we'll be having a networking reception sponsored by Thai TMS. So thank you, Thai, for sponsoring this reception. Last year, the reception was absolutely awesome and was sponsored by our friends at Zell Logistics. And that will wrap up our Monday evening events. Tuesday, we'll start off the day hearing from Corey Shear. Now, Corey wrote a book called Closing the Trust Gap. He's also a trust-centric or owns trust-centric consulting. And I'm trying to get this popping up. There we go. It's a leadership and development firm helping leaders, teams, and organizations become more trustworthy, focused, and productive. I'm very interested in this. I'm actually in the middle of Corey's book right now. I bought it a couple of months ago, knowing that I was going to be at Broker Carrier Summit. I had every intention of having it finished before I arrived there. Unfortunately, I don't think I have it. I'll have it finished by then. Following Corey, we'll be hearing from our friend Michael Lombard about health behind the wheel. Some of you might know Michael Lombard. He's fairly active on a variety of different social media sessions. And then we'll be breaking out into a variety of different sessions. Now, the fun thing about Broker Carrier Summit is there are, I believe, 4 different sessions. Building trust between carriers and brokers. These 4 different sessions run 4 times. And they run identically 4 times. I think some of us will be swapping in and out people between each session. So building trust between carriers and brokers, moderated by Kevin Hill. Kevin's got a great background, owner of Brush Pass Research. If you're not familiar with Kevin, you should definitely look him up. Also on this panel is Rob Light and Mitch Koleski. I'm guessing I'm pronouncing Mitch's last name right. I probably botched it. Freight factoring and the importance of vetting your partners. I'm not going to read everybody's name off here. Then I'm leading a panel called Utilizing Technology to Strengthen Broker-Carrier Relationships. And then Don Salvucci Favier with Green Screens, the CEO of Green Screens, and Chris Arredondo from Cargo Chief are working together to win in the spot market. Now, those, once again, these panels will run 4 times over. Very excited. I believe just I'll flip through and see if I can pull up the other folks that are on these panels. There's some very, very talented people that will be on these panels. And I'm excited about this because where do you go in any transportation conference where you get an interactive panel where for 45 minutes to an hour, you get to sit there and do Q&A with anyone in the industry that has this type of tenure, and then do it 4 times over. And especially on the small market side. So that's something I thought was extremely exciting at the Tampa Broker Carrier Summit, and I'm very excited about this Broker Carrier Summit as well, because I think we're definitely stepping up the game here. Following those 2 panels, the first 2 of 4 will be breaking for lunch. Then we have a fireside chat with Melanie Patterson and Trey Griggs. Then our keynote address with Adam Wingfield. Adam's a great speaker. Most everyone knows who Adam is, but if you're not familiar with Adam Wingfield, I strongly suggest you look up Adam. Then there's an additional panel discussion with Dale Prax from Freight Validate, and it's called Fighting Double Brokering and Fraud. And I think that one will have a lot of engagement as well. Then we move into session 3 and session 4 of the 4 panel discussions. Wrapping up the day, I believe this wraps up the day, we have a breakout, multiple different panels. One is a carrier panel. One is health behind the wheel. One is hiring and training workshop. And then another one is lessons from the shipper side. And then the playbook, creating and protecting business value. So this one's led by Tenny Group. The lessons from the shipper side is Jeff Dickinson from our RGTX Logistics Solutions, or the Bodacious Cowboy, if you know Jeff. Matt Dines from Trio is the hiring and training workshop. Evan Shelley from Truck Parking Club, as well as Chris Thomas, and I believe Michael Lombard is in that one. Carrier panel is Tim Talnoff and Troy Whitten from Leonard Express, as well as Adam Wingfield. So that's a great panel as well. This is a lot of horsepower on these panels. This is a great setup. And then the Tuesday night networking event is set up at a casino. Wrapping up the entire Broker Carrier Summit then, and I got to scroll all the way to the top, so forgive me, is Wednesday. So Wednesday, Principles of Winning by former NFL player Desmond Clark. That should be a great discussion as well. It's a 30-minute discussion. Desmond is the president of Bear Down Logistics. And then we have a market update similar to what we had last Broker Carrier Summit from greenscreens.ai. Wrapping up the summit itself, then Samantha Jones is coming forward with a discussion around what shippers want. I feel like that could be a song, but I'm sure she'll put together, as always, a great discussion around that. And then a group of people, I believe, Dan, Don, Trey, and Troy will be talking what's next for the Broker Carrier Summit Network. So once again, I feel like this is a lot of information, a lot of knowledge that's being portrayed for a very short period of time. And if you're starting out in the industry, if you're not extremely experienced, if you're a new business owner, if you're thinking about starting a new business, if you are not if you're wanting to expand your business, whatever the case may be, if you just simply need more networking, this is the summit that you probably want to check out. There's a lot going on here. So with that being said, I hope that we see you there. Once again, brokercarriersummit.com. I'll put this up one more time. GLCS is the discount code, 10% off. That's Monday, April 22nd, so next Monday at the Sheraton in Overland Park, Kansas. All right, I'll wrap up this Tuesday trip. This Thursday, we have a great podcast coming up. That podcast will include a panel of GLCS personnel, and I'm trying to pull up the screen here, but I'm having some technical difficulties. Here we go. All right, Season 2, Episode 18, Front Office Technologies and How They Work for You. What does that mean? We had a tough time coming up with this name, but effectively, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about all the technology that starts from what we call demand signal through order delivery. And we may include how to get the paperwork into the office, but it includes, the order being tendered to the carrier or the broker, and how that gets into your TMS, how you're managing that order in your TMS, what sort of solutions can be utilized there, and uh, any technology that potentially could be utilized throughout the life cycle of that order, all the way through delivery of the order and potentially the order or the document capture as well. We'll see how the time plays out. I feel like we're probably going to run out of time here, but we'll do our best to just scrape the top of everything and then go, based on discussion, go back and revisit things accordingly. So once again, great panel. Our usual faces are on there. We have a new person on this time, Zach Barnhouse. He's been with GLCS a number of years, senior business analyst with us, and has a lot of tenure in the space. Has been around a very long time. So with that being said, I appreciate, if you're still hanging on, I appreciate you listening in to the entire Broker Carrier Summit spiel and going through the entire itinerary with me. If you are at Broker Carrier Summit, we plan on going live with the podcast there. Please hunt me down. I probably won't be real hard to see. Just look for the guy with the pink shirt. Not wearing one now, but I'll certainly be wearing one there. And we'd love to have you on. So we'll try to go live as much as we can. As you saw, the itinerary's packed, so we don't want to upset the summit, but we'll find some time to go live. We're going to set up a table that people can use to do their recordings and have some microphones set up and whatnot. So with that being said, we'll wrap this one up. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Until next time, drive forward with purpose and innovation. Thanks for watching.